I've had many conversations with both of you, and this always comes up as a centered question, which is, how do you trust? Okay, because how do you trust in these unseen realms? How do you trust the information that you receive? How do you trust? Just how do you trust? And how can you help other people trust? Because that is a big part of people's reluctance to change, is that they don't trust themselves, or they don't trust that the ground beneath me, if I step out into new ground, that ground is going to support me, one way or another, metaphorically or literally, right? So how do you trust, and how do you help others to trust what they can't yet see but feel in terms of change?
Okay, well, it's so funny because as you were asking this question, here's Rachel Uncensored. The first thing I thought is I don't. Sometimes I just don't. Sometimes I think I don't know what I'm doing. I look at these symbols every single day, 100 times a day, and sometimes I'm like, I throw my hands up and I'm like, I don't know. But the only way you can get to trust is going through I don't trust. The only way you can get to courage is going through fear. I think trust and belief and doubt and faith operate on a continuum. And so I have learned to trust myself because there have been times when I really didn't trust myself. And in those times, I had to learn how to listen to my heart. I had to learn how to listen to my body, how to listen to my sources of guidance, and look for signals in my environment. I mean, I think it's totally acceptable to ask for guideposts, to ask for clues. Spirit mediates our own experiences by using created reality. So if I don't trust 100%, then I believe in a loving creation. I believe in a loving universe that supports me. And so I can ask for a dream, I can ask for a sign, and suddenly a hummingbird will fly outside of my window, and I'm like, there we go, I got my answer. Okay, I trust. So I think it's constantly like a process of going in, listening deeply, going up, saying help, I don't know what to do, or I can't hear myself right now, it's really noisy, and going out and saying, where are you in my life? Where are you spirit? Where are you universe? Where are you truth? Where are you answers? And then going back in and reading those symbols, reading those clues.
I'd say two things that I would add. First is how you identify yourself. If you think that you're alone, in one way you are alone, another way you're really not. And I think, again, this is one of the big messages of shamanic practice and probably most serious spiritual systems, is that we're part of something much bigger. So if we think that we're all by ourselves and we're not going to have any support whatsoever, we isolate ourselves. It doesn't mean that we don't have responsibility to figure things out, because we're a player. So we're a player of something bigger. So it's a kind of mixture of things that we really have to draw upon. The second thing is community. You bet. We're part of something bigger. Maybe we don't really know what that bigger is, because it's so big. It's like, you start looking at the Hubble telescope pictures and you go, oh my God, this is really big, what we're part of here, and will I ever possibly understand what that's all? Maybe, who knows? The point, however, I think is also the sense of community that we have. So, yeah, we're not alone. We have resources, and in shamanic practice, there is an idea of being related and connected to these non-ordinary resources that are unconditional. We're a mixture of conditional and unconditional. That's kind of the nature of human experience. So there's going to be things we can't figure out, things that are going to hit us, bang, that we never expected. There are also going to be times when we want to make a change, and we know we have to make a change, we don't know quite how to navigate it. So the good news, again, in shamanic practice, we begin to draw on the non-ordinary, as well as, of course, being responsible for doing what we need to do in this reality. We have choices every day about what we're going to do and how we're going to be. And again, it's the other piece, I think, also is self-care. That's really important. What do you need at a given time? If you're working, I mean, I was babysitting my granddaughter yesterday, she had a major meltdown. She was tired and she was hungry, real simple.
Yeah.
You know? And so, you know, what we were gonna do wasn't gonna happen, because she needed to eat and she needed to rest. So, you know, we have our own meltdowns, you know, that come from any variety of sources. So we have to learn what is it that we need to sustain ourselves, what helps us to navigate, you know, and sometimes we just need a timeout, I mean, honest to God, you know. So these are all things that I think are the factors in learning to navigate. If you think about yourself as a solo act, you cut yourself off from a lot of belonging that is actually scientifically true. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You know, so if you start thinking more inclusively than exclusively, I think you can do a lot much larger fields of support that can really help you in your life. Lots of different kinds of ways. So I'm not advocating everybody gets involved in shamanic practice, but whatever it is, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, makes your life work. And that can change too.
Yes.
You know, you start off on one path, or you start off in one, you know, kind of form of exercise, or, you know, study, or whatever it is, and it changes. Yeah, because that's what happens here.
That's right.
That's what this
All
world
that
is all
change.
about, you know? So we get a chance to learn how to really swim in these waters and what helps us. And yeah, we're not alone. And I think also we get having that deeper sense of identity with something beyond us and finding ways to support that. Usually some form of spiritual practice, time in nature, you know, sometimes music.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of different art forms and things like this can help us. Astrology can help us, you know. Mineralogy can help us, you know. You got to find out what it is for you. But again, not isolated. And also realizing there's times when you need rest. You bet.
Yes.
There's times when you need the time out. Just like my granddaughter yesterday, boy, did she ever need time out. You know? So these are all things that you have to take into consideration.
Yes.